I finally found a happy food story. Finally. It only took like 6 months. No, I'm just kidding.
Yay.
I think it only took 3 months, but still. Okay. So, a Kentucky store is trying to track down a family after they received a heartwarming letter from a young boy who wanted to make things right. Okay.
Okay.
So, it's the Red River Gorge General Store. They received a handwritten letter last week from a child who had visited with his family. The letter has a postmark from the Atlanta area and contained an apology and $3 in cash to pay for candy his little brother had taken without paying. Okay. And I tried to look this up, and it appears this is kind of it's a place where it's kind of in the heart of like a touristy area. It would be someplace you would go to get some snacks and stuff. So I could see this. And so the manager of the Red River Gorge General Store said she opened it up and she read it, and it was just this wonderful letter from a little boy who had come and visited and found out his little brother had taken a brownie flavored cow tail, and he thought that it had been paid for, but he later found out that it wasn't.
No.
Okay. Now, the candy only costs $1.99, but the boy had sent $3 to cover the cost. The manager said the gesture represented something much more significant than just paying for candy. They said that it really made me have faith in humanity. It's a level of integrity that I don't think is common anymore. And the fact that a little kid, a tiny human, wrote this letter out apologizing, taking responsibility, shows that he is a good little guy and obviously comes from great parents. So that just made me go, oh my God.
That's all I ever want.
I know. And so the story went viral, specifically on Facebook. Okay. It received thousands of likes and shares and comments. And the manager says, yes, it does stem from someone walking out the door with something without paying for it. But everyone who has read the letter understands that this little kid has integrity. And honestly, integrity is definitely not something everybody has anymore. Now, the manager is trying to locate the family because they want to thank them, and they want to send them a basket of goodies from the store. Now, it says the store is known for its ice cream and fudge, and she believes she knows who the family is because of the letter's return address, okay? Yeah. But she wanted to reach out to them first because she said, I wanted to send them some fudge. And there's a lot of allergens, food allergens that can be put into fudge. And she's like, I don't want to send them some if they have a nut allergy in the house, which I think is great, Yeah. And so the company that actually owns the store, they decided that they want to do more than just send this family a basket. Okay. They want to offer the family a 2-night stay at a nearby cabin. We want them to come back, and we want to celebrate the integrity that this whole family is demonstrating. And for one, I needed like a feel good story. Okay. Yeah. Because, I hate to say it, but all little kids at one time probably steal a little piece of candy. It's just, that's what they do. They don't understand that you trade money for goods. They just see you pick something up and then you walk out of the store with it. They don't always notice the part where you go pay for it, because you just swipe a card and it doesn't always register, Right. Yeah. And I've had to talk to my kids a lot about that because we get up to check out and they don't want to hand over their item. And I'm like, baby, we didn't just walk all the way through the store just for this lady to steal it at the very end. She's not going to steal it. She's just going to scan it. She's going to give it back to you. That was the hardest concept for my kids. Right. And so it's just, I feel like it just happens. It's not like a bad parenting thing that your kids stole, because a lot of times, especially if you have multiples, you just couldn't see it. They're sneaky as all get out, So, but I do want to say that the fact that it doesn't say ages, of course, because they haven't talked to the family yet. I saw a picture of the letter. I'm guessing that this kid is probably 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. Yeah. The handwriting's still kind of big, like it is in elementary school. So I'm just saying, I needed a feel-good story, and I like this one.
I think it's sweet. I think it's sweet that the big brother wanted to do right and fix it and do what was expected. And, I think the little brother learned something from that in the process too. Because if anything, he's like, look, we didn't do this the right way, didn't pay for it. We really should have paid for it, and probably explained everything. And so it's
Well, and I can just see, like, with my kids, because they're, about to be 6 and 8 years old.
yeah,
I can just see, like, they've come home from vacation, it's late at night, and one of them goes, "Oh, hey, by the way, I totally stole that piece of candy." You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, this kid legitimately thought their brother had this piece of candy that was paid for. Only found out about it after the fact. And then instead of just keeping his mouth shut, which is what I think a lot of kids would have done, he was like,
yeah,
"No, I got to make it right." And so I applaud their parents as well. The fact that this even kid thought about it, and you could kind of tell by the picture of the letter that an adult hadn't, like, tried to fix it. But at the same token, though, young elementary kids, they don't usually know how to use, like, a return label. They don't know how to
yeah.
get, you know what I mean? They don't know where the stamps are.
Or
So
to
I'm
hunt
guessing
down
a
the
parent,
address.
yeah. So I'm guessing a parent did help at some point. Maybe
Yeah.
it was a teacher, you know what I mean? But there was an adult involved somewhere
Yeah,
along this.
for sure.
So
I love
I'm
that.
I'm going to be keeping an eye out on Facebook for an update just to see, but at the same token though too, like, I get that you want to, like show off, because I'm sure they were, like, just blown away when they got this letter in the mail. But at the same token though, I feel like it's a little, like, excessive to be like, "Hey, you did the right thing like you should have. Now let's reward you with a 2-night stay."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like that part kind of goes over.
Maybe. And maybe some of that is a little bit of we have some momentum with this.
I think that's part of it, is, like, keeping it going, maybe. Like, sending them a little gift basket of fudge. I kind of feel like that's appropriate. But yeah. So let us know down below. Do you think that they should have stopped just at the basket, or do you think that the 2-day cabin rental is sufficient in there? And also let us know, have your kids ever stolen candy and you found out about it later? Did you make them go back and pay for it? Like, what happened? Let us know down below.